Was Zwelinzima Vavi a victim of political conspiracy? Or did Vavi perhaps overestimate his political significance within Cosatu? Will Cosatu survive without Vavi? Or is Dlhamini presiding over a dying Cosatu? What time is it? It's question time. Welcome to the show. My name is Mpho Tsedu. Firstly, he was suspended, then reinstated. However, the writing was already on the wall that Zwelinzima Vavi's days as Cosatu General Secretary were numbered. Finally, he was expelled for neglecting his duties by not attending 2 consecutive Central Executive Committee meetings. Also, Cosatu said he had abused their resources and undermined efforts by the ANC to unify the federation. Meanwhile, ANC Secretary General Bheki Ntshalintshali was reported to have said he wished the decision could be reversed. So, where to for Cosatu? My guest, Bheki Ntshalintshali, is the General Secretary of Cosatu now. And a reminder that you can call us and air your views on the numbers 011 714 6841 or 6842 or 6843. We're live. Please do dial that number 011 714 6841 or 203. Mr. Ntshalintshali, welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Was Zwelinzima Vavi a victim of some political conspiracy, perhaps spearheaded by yourself and Dlhamini?
Not at all. Zwelinzima Vavi dismissed himself in the first place. He failed to implement the decision of the Federation. He distanced himself from the CEC. He came out on Sunday, a day before the CEC, clearly indicating that he's not going to be answerable to the CEC, which pay his salaries, which he give him the task and the duties to perform. And in that instances, the Federation took a decision to dismiss him. So Zwelinzima Vavi is no more General Secretary of Cosatu. We have to live to that fact. Now we are on our way forward in building Cosatu.
Do you think you will be able to build a united Cosatu without him?
Indeed, leaders come and go in any organization.
But he seemed to be very powerful.
There's nobody who's irreplaceable in an organization. So was Malema is perceived. So there are many leaders. I mean, in the continent, Mobutu Seko was regarded as replaceable. He's gone, and there were a number of them. Cosatu has been teaching its members for some times now that they needed to be members of an organization, not members of individuals, because we know from the beginning that when people are in power for some times, they tend to think they are bigger than the organization or they are the organization themselves. Okay. And in this case, it was a question of discipline that Zwelinzima Vavi thought that he was untouchable. He would do as he pleases. The CC said something differently, that everyone must know you are there to perform your duties. You are there to subject yourself to discipline of the organization. And when you fail to take instruction from the CEC, unfortunately, we have to go.
Let me give you an idea, or rather a scenario out there. People actually do believe that basically yourself and Dlhamini pushed Vavi out.
If they did not know, they did not listen to his statement, they will have that perception. But clearly people needed to be reminded that Zwelinzima Vavi was in a meeting of a Central Executive Committee in December. There was an issue put before the CEC on NUMSA. NUMSA violated the fundamental principle of the Federation of one industry, one industry, one union. Nobody could defend, including himself. He could not say that what NUMSA was doing is correct. So it took us by surprise. When he participated in the decision, there were votes, the majority took a decision. Okay. And in terms of Cosatu, the majority decision has to be applicable, has to be defended by everybody, including Vavi, without an exception.
All right, hold the thought there. We've got Mike calling us from Limpopo. Mike?
Hello, how are you, Mpho?
We're doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Yes, I'm all right. I just want to check with Bheki there. Can you hear me, Mpho?
Yes, I can hear you. I think you can hear Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to check with the.
Go ahead, Mike.
I just want to check with the constitution of Cosatu because it says that Vavi is being dismissed, but they still got the view of the National Congress, which is still on the way. So, which one is the correct one for now?
Okay.
The Constitution is clear, Mike. The Central Executive Committee in between Congresses have the powers to dismiss a General Secretary. Is written in black and white. Okay. 10.4 of the Constitution says so. He can appeal to the National Congress should he so decide. Okay. So he may exercise his rights to do so, which is in the Constitution. But for now, he has been expelled in terms of the Cosatu Constitution. There's no doubt about that.
But he's not taking the matter easy. He's still going to take you guys on.
Look, he has taken his decision, showing us where he needs to go. To us, Vavi's defense of NUMSA clearly demonstrate to our members that they are going to go in one way, in our view. The United Front has to defend NUMSA at all cost, and he has indicated that he's going to go on the ground to try to mobilize workers to rise against the decision of the Federation. It is not going to work. As simple as that, because members knows that they are members of the Federation. They are not members purely of Cosatu. They first belong to the unions, which union then belong to Cosatu. So they are members of Cosatu by association, but they are members of the union. Okay. If the unions satisfy them in terms of the services, those Cosatu members are not going to leave the Federation or the unions that they love so much.
Okay, hold the thought there. Kumalo is calling us from Ulundi Mtungwa.
Oh, Babanjan.
Sapila.
Thank you so much. I want us to talk about the issue of ethnicity. I think it is playing a huge role in Cosatu because Vavi and the crew, if you look at their tribal ethnicity, is really worrying that all those who are seen to be on the same ethnicity with Vavi are just ignoring the fact that there is a problem that has been done by NUMSA, and Vavi has violated the constitution of Cosatu. So what I'm trying to say is, can Bheki Ntshalintshali go deeper with Cosatu and get rid of ethnicity and that's it, But I'm really worried about it because we as South Africans are not supposed to go that road. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Is it indeed a factor that there's some tribal issues here? Is it Xhosas and Zulus? Well, I mean, yes, Zweli may be coming from the Eastern Cape, so does the General Secretary of NUMSA, and then Stumo, KZN, Ntshalintshali,
No, the issues of tribalism in the Federation, we thought we have defeated long time ago. If you look to the leaders of the Federation, even those who are claiming not to be on Vavi as size, yes, there are people who are coming from the Eastern Cape. You can look at the NUM General Secretary is coming from the Eastern Cape. You can look to the Deputy General Secretary of SACTU is coming from the Eastern Cape. You can look to the president of NIHAU is coming from the Eastern Cape. It's a mixture. It's not based on any kind of tribalism. It's worried, though, of course, that the majority of the provinces that support Zwelinzima Vavi fully and behind him is coming from the Eastern Cape. So whether that has an element of people growing together in the Eastern Cape or speaking the same language or people are related to one another is neither here nor there to us. To us, we organize members based on the industry where they are organized. We don't ask members as to what is your tribe dealing with. We have seen, of course, in the media putting Stumo and JZ, and including myself as coming from KZN. I'm not coming from KZN at all. I have never lived in KZN. So It's just a question of people doing some perception and try to connect T's, and dotting the I's, but it does not exist.
All right. Hold the thought there. I want us to take a quick break. However, when we return, TC in Hlapo is in Sasolburg. We'll take your call just immediately after the show. This is Question Time. Please don't go away.
Get your issue of Evoke magazine at sabcevoke.co.za or download the app on iOS or Android and immerse yourself in our world.
Cameroon's economic capital, a unique art collection is on display. Titled Yesterday's Memory, Tomorrow's Memory.
We are trying to preserve this heritage despite many things that have changed in the designing, embroidery and the model.
If I'm telling you, you don't like it, I call it defeat.
Join Musam Khalipi on Afro Showbiz every Saturday at 19:30 CAT.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. Our guest today is the General Secretary of Cosatu, Mr. Bheki Ntshalintshali. And on the line, we've got TC in Hlapo is in Sasolburg. TC, welcome. Hello, TC?
Yebo.
Yes, welcome. You are live.
Yes, I just want to pose a question to the new General Secretary.
Yes.
I just want to find out, is it still relevant, the marriage of ANC and Cosatu? Because for me, I think we have passed that era where it was necessary for a labor organization or a trade union such as Cosatu to be still supporting ANC. I mean, it was relevant in the past, but now I don't see any relevance because some of the people who are members of Cosatu, they are not necessarily all the members or supporters of ANC. And then as a public servant, I've seen that those who vocally say Viva ANC are the ones who have been favored over the majority of the members, no matter how good they are to put or to transform the organization or to take the organization forward. But because they are silent in or coming out clearly to support ANC, they are not being looked at or they are not being put in positions where they can play a role in building this organization. So I just want to find out, is it difficult for Cosatu to be independent from political or to be dependent on political parties such as an ANC?
Okay, thanks very much, TC. Mr. Ntshalintshali.
I think it's very important for trade union to be independent to any political party.
Yes.
We're not an affiliate to any political party. We're an independent organization. We take decisions as we think fit to do at that particular time. If the African National Congress government is doing something to be praised of, we'll do so. On areas where we disagree, we'll also make our point quite clear that we disagree. The public sector is involved in the collective bargaining as we speak. Government has declared a dispute. Workers are reporting as from tomorrow they are having their joint provincial executive council. They are seeking their mandate from their members. Should the member decide that the public sector must go on strike to ensure that their demands are being met, definitely they will do so, and Cosatu will be fully behind those particular members in the public sectors.
Okay.
Whether the ANC is still relevant or not, it's true that the members of the federation, when we recruit them to be members of the union, you don't ask them their political affiliation. You recruit them based on the sectors in which they are. So there will be a number of workers within the Cosatu family who might be members of the party, members of the ANC, and members of the SACP, or even the PAC in that particular issue. But when it comes to Congress, workers debate and they took a decision which party by that time is relevant to their need and closer to them. And they have been in the past in their congresses, only in their congresses, took a decision to support the ANC. The support of the ANC is not free for all, it's not a free check. It depends on the program. They take a decision. As we speak it now...
No, but that's what Zweli said, that you've given the ANC a blank check.
No, it is not true. Where was he when we give them a blank check? We debated, members debate. Remember, we're told by leaders of the federation, after they consulting their members, to say, we must vote for the ANC. We vote for the ANC. We're going to a Congress now, this year. Workers must decide what or which party should they vote for in the local government 2016. It always has been that particular case. We always debate. And when the decision has been taken by the majority, that's what we support. Remember, when we support, we're not going to be forcing members to vote. Members still going to exercise their free choices like any citizen to vote for any party they want to.
All right. Mushani is in. Welcome to Question Time, Mushani.
Mpho, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you, Mpho. Yeah, I think, Mpho,
yes,
the caller who has just left, I think he hit the nail on the head. My comment is this. I think this is a good thing that could have happened to Cosatu. Why I'm saying this is because Cosatu is in bed with the government right now. And they are no more looking after the interest of the workers. I'll give you a practical example of what I'm saying. And I want Mr. Ntshalintshali to respond to this.
Yes.
In the government sector, we were supposed to get a pay progression for the past 3 years. And we have not got it. And nobody's saying anything about it. We went to our organization and said, guys, what are you saying? Which is the NOSA. And they were saying, no, the government says it doesn't have money. But this is something that Cosatu negotiated in the bargaining chamber, and it was agreed upon, but it's not coming for the past 3 years now.
So are you saying, Mushani, that Cosatu is selling you out, basically?
Basically, Cosatu is selling us out because all this is affiliated, is going into bed with the government, and I cannot see if they can stab the government at the back if they've got it too. Because right now, whatever the government is not fulfilling, they are not saying anything.
Okay. Mushani, thank you very much for the call. Mr. Ntshalintshali, why are you selling the workers out?
Look, I think the member might be confused a little bit. First, Cosatu does not go to the chamber to negotiate on behalf of the members of the public sector unions. It is the public sector unions, through their leaders, who go and negotiate in the chambers. It is them that give them their mandate. And when they sign an agreement, it's not signed by Cosatu. It's not signed by Cosatu head office, the 6 office bearers.
Okay, but is he out of order completely? Is there nothing?
The issue is that I'm not sure which sector he belongs to and how the decision was taken.
He said DINOSA, I think.
Oh, if it belongs to DINOSA. The question that they may be asking is because DINOSA will only sign when their members tell them to do so. They can't sign when their member says you can't sign. Otherwise, they have to replace those leaders who may sign on behalf of members without mandate.
Okay. Lopang, welcome to Question Time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, welcome.
Comrade Jale.
Ma.
Yes, go ahead. He's listening.
I have a question for you here, comrade.
Yes.
Are you there for the working class of Cosatu? Or are you there for function and command?
Lopang, what is your question exactly?
My question is, are you there for the working class of Cosatu?
Or for the function we no command unit when speaking to the Lopang, I'm not able to get the first question is clear, but I'm also interested in the second one, which I think, if I don't know what's the language that you're comfortable in, you can just use it. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. The question is, Comrade Jali is there for the Cosatu as a working class, or Comrade Jali is there for faction?
Of the factions.
Camp of Dumotlameni, who is protecting the president of the country, Jacob Zuma.
Okay, now Lopang, before I let you go. In the corruption. Okay, Lopang.
Yes.
Before I let you go, what do you think he is there for?
No, we want to know because the mandate is not for the working class. We can just wear when the comrade is speaking.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lopang. Now, Mr. Ntshalintshali, Lopang also thinks that this has got nothing to do with the working class. Instead, you are there to protect the factions of Dumo Dlamini and others?
Look, I don't belong to any faction. I take the instruction of the Central Executive Committee and implement the decision after they've gone through the processes of being debated.
Okay.
And once a decision has been taken, my responsibility is to implement those particular decisions, irrespective who has taken or influenced those particular decisions.
Hold the thought there. I want us to take a quick break. Please don't go away.
Who are we, you ask?
This is who we are.
We are technologically driven.
We are unashamedly Afrocentric.
We advise you not only on legal matters,
but on health issues as well.
We bring imagination to life.
We celebrate arts and culture and lifestyle.
We tackle life challenges head on.
We dig deep. We probe. We question.
We invite you to take a view from our house.
As we tell it without fear, separating fiction from factual.
We are the SABC News Channel.
All news, all global, all the time. Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. Our guest today is the General Secretary of Cosatu, Bheki Ntshalintshali. Mr. Ntshalintshali, fact of the matter is there are supporters of Mr. Vavi within Cosatu at the moment. What are you going to do with those?
Our mandate is to unite workers, is to talk to the workers and remind them of their previous decision, of the organizational discipline, of the collective decision of uniting workers, to remind them of the principle of this federation when it was formed in 1985-86. So that at least at all times, members should be guided by their own decision that they've taken in the past or taken by their previous leaders, so Comrade Bahai and all those issues. Always be disciplined, irrespective of who's your leader at a particular moment, because leaders will come and go.
Mzamo is in Johannesburg. Mzamo, welcome to Question Time.
Thank you, Mr. Mpo. Thank you, Mr. Mpo.
Yes.
I have quick questions to Ndade Ntshalintshali.
Yes.
About the 2012 resolution.
Okay.
I want to check with you, Ndade Ntshalintshali, how far the Cosatu have gone in 2012 resolution. Because my understanding of things, the whole issue about the leadership of Cosatu started right there in Midrand, where there was a close contestation. In actual fact, it was managed politically.
Yes.
Where some section of Cosatu wanted to oust Comrade Vavi.
Yes.
But it was managed. It was politically managed back then. And there were a number of resolutions that were taken in that conference.
So we're looking at the resolutions. Thank you very much, Mzam. Mr. Ntshalintshali, indeed, the resolutions of Congress, the 2012 Congress, how far have you got? We're talking about the, what do you call this, the workers, the privatization of employment of workers, and all such things.
Look, there has been some progress made in regarding to the labor brokers, for an example. We started by the demand that the labor brokers must be banned. We went to the streets together with those members who are asking.
Yes. We
could not win everything. We went to the negotiations. We end up reaching an agreement with all the leaders, by the way, led by the General Secretary of former General Secretary of Cosatu. The Parliament took a decision that the labor brokering, or the question of labor brokering, should be reduced to a 3-month period like your probation.
Yes.
Once you are out of the 3-month probation, you have all the right, like any other permanent workers. You should not be able to, the employer should not have a space of discriminating to you. So there's a progress in that one.
Are you happy with the progress that you've made? Because you have made more headlines in as far as the conflicts, the internal conflicts are concerned, as opposed to the achievements that you could have made.
It's correct that the perception is that Cosatu has not been doing anything. Maybe we have not been able to communicate to the public better in terms of those particular issues. But the Congress is coming. We're going to be producing a report where workers can be able to gauge the progress made. It does not mean we have won everything. There are still challenges. We did not win the issue of the e-toll. We went on the street, as you will remember, between 2012 to last year, but we could not win the issues of this thing. We changed the politics in terms of that the people don't want e-tolls, but we could not take it further to a point where government says we're going to do away with e-tolls.
All right. Now, a quick one. Mr. Vavi is taking the matter very seriously. Are you going to defend his expulsion? You don't want to see him anymore?
Look, we have taken a decision. We are moving it on. If he wanted to take it up, so he will meet us wherever he takes us to. If we go to the Congress and make appeal to the Congress, let the Congress and the workers decide in terms of the... But I doubt any worker will be saying it's correct for a leader to defy the structures that he's dealing with it. He got many other things that he have made. We have to meet him on the street.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ntshalintshali. That was question time for today. Have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.